Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. With Israel Adesanya losing this past weekend, you know, undeniably it is the end of an era. The three champions that were forever what felt like on top of the sport. Israel, Kamaru Usman, and Alexander Volkanovski, obviously. These guys were fighting so regularly and just so dominant. The sport has such a high turnover rate, and when things start to go bad, like they go real bad. I want to have a look at this upcoming fight with Alexander Volkanovski and Ilia Topuria, rumored for April. This has it written all over it. Like one fighter in Ilia Topuria surging, coming up, coming into their prime, you know, having already defeated Alexander Volkanovski by knockout, a bad knockout, dethroning him, and Volkanovski's looking to turn around and search for that greatness and do one of the hardest things you can in this sport, which is reclaim a UFC title. Like, let alone the age and the body breaking down, it's, like I said, it's just tough to watch because the spirit is the last thing to go for these fighters. Like, it's all they know for a lot of them, and not all they know, but it's fulfills such a deep part of themselves which they can't get from any other part of their life, it seems. So this is a moment where, in such a fan favorite, Volkanovski, it's just a really, really tough spot, I think, because he's really up against it. Don't get me wrong, like, he can shock the world here and win this fight, prove everyone wrong. But just with the trend of how these things go, for him to be straight back in a title shot against, like I said, someone who is gaining confidence, self-belief in their abilities, their power. Like, he's just sitting down on those hands now, Topuria. He's knocking everyone out. And for Volkanovski to be jumping back in, it just shows that spirit, like I was talking about. He obviously wants to be competing at this level again. Like, same with Israel. Like, he wants to still be fighting at this level, but it's such a hard realization and moment to come to terms with for these fighters, where they're not able to compete at a level that they once were, that they were known for. Like, that level of invincibility is gone. And once that's cracked, a lot of people then can take advantage of it. It's like when one person's the first to do it, others figure out how. And I think, it's just such a stylistically bad matchup for Volkanovski, especially with that power. Like, in Volkanovski, someone who never had a bad chin, but wasn't necessarily a granite chin. He's been dropped before by guys like Chad Mendes. Islam obviously caught him. But yeah, we'd never seen anything like this. And for Ilya to hunt him down and be able to get into that boxing range, like, I love Volkanovski, one of my favorite fighters. That's why I have this level of fear going into a matchup like this, because these fighters are heroes to all of us, but there has to be a moment where you just take stock of the situation in front of you. And a tale as old as time, a great fighter, reaching that twilight era of their career where they're just not able to compete like they were, and how these fighters let go of that can be tough to watch. In someone like Tony Ferguson, don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing Volkanovski to Ferguson. I just think that when things start to get bad, they usually fall down a cliff. I would love to see Volkanovski go out there, shock the world, like I said, turn back the clock, but it's just not how it usually goes. Things usually progressively get worse, and pretty quickly too. So let me know what you guys think about a fight like this. It's rumored to take place in April, like I said. Massive card. They will line up. And yeah, I think it's a pretty scary fight for Volkanovski. But, he's very skilled. Like, he is... I think he beats everyone else in that division still. Don't get me wrong. I just think stylistically, this fight, and especially for him to be going straight back in there, it's going to be a tough task and a big mountain to climb. But if anyone can do it, it's that savage. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think about the matchup and where Volkanovski's at this point of his career. I'd love to hear more. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you could like, comment, subscribe, it helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll chat soon.